Fun Facts presents the 1949 Oldsmobile Rocket 88. It is a late 49, 1950s classic car. We're talking about the first generation from 1949, production through 1953. I am excited. I hope you're excited. My grandpa used to drive one of these, and I remember him taking us for rides. I'm excited. Okay, let's get started now. The first generation, the Oldsmobile, introduced the 88 badge in 1949. It was named to complement the already existing 76 and 98, and it took the place of the straight 8 engined 78 in the model lineup. The new car used the same new A-body platform as the straight 6 engined 76, but paired it with the new 303 cubic inch 5-liter Rocket V8 engine, producing 135 horsepower. The combination of a relatively small light body and a large powerful engine made it widely considered to be the first muscle car. The Rocket 88 vaulted Oldsmobile from a somewhat staid, conservative car to a performer that became the one to beat on the NASCAR, the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing Circuits. It won 6 of the 9 NASCAR late model division races in 1949, 10 of 19 in 1950, and 20 of 41 in 1952, and was eventually eclipsed by the low-slung, powerful Hudson Hornet, but it was still the first real king of NASCAR. This led to increased sales to the public. There was a pent-up demand for new cars and a fast-expanding post-World War II economy, and the 88 appealed to many ex-military personnel who were young and had operated powerful military equipment. The 88 enjoyed great success, inspiring a popular 1950 slogan, "Make a date with a Rocket 88." And also a song, Rocket 88, often considered the first rock and roll record, starting with the trunk lid emblem of the 1950 model. Oldsmobile would adopt the rocket as its logo, and the 88 name would remain in the Olds lineup until the late 1990s, almost until the end of Oldsmobile itself. The 1949 model was equipped with an ignition key and a starter push button to engage the starter. Pushing the starter button would engage the starter, but if the ignition key was not inserted, unlocking the ignition, the car would not start. The car was equipped with an oil bath air cleaner. At the bottom edge of the front fender, directly behind the front wheel, was a badge that said Futuramic, which identified an Oldsmobile approach to the simplified driving and the presence of an automatic transmission. V8 Oldsmobiles were automatically in 1949, as Oldsmobile lacked a manual gearbox. So again, the V8 Oldsmobiles were automatic only, and in 1949 the Oldsmobile lacked a manual gearbox that could handle the torque of the new engine. So the 1948 Olds Futuramic introduction, so in 1950, the Oldsmobile offered a modified Cadillac manual gearbox for V8s. The 88 now outsold the six-cylinder 76 lineup, which was dropped entirely after the 1950 model year. It had a 40-foot turning circle. So Herschel McGriff and Ray Elliott won with the 1950 model. They won the 1950 Carrera Panamericana, and then the 1951, the 88 was now the entry-level Olds with the discontinuation of the six-cylinder 76 line, which meant that all Oldsmobiles were powered by the Rocket V8s. An in-house manual transmission replaced the modified Cadillac gearbox. But as the 1950s progressed, manual shift became increasingly rare in Oldsmobiles and normally could only be obtained by special order. So new this year was the more upscale Super 88 line on the new GMB body, which included restyled rear body panels, a more luxurious interior, a slightly longer 120-inch wheelbase as opposed to the 119.5-inch wheelbase, which had been standard since the 88's introduction. The station wagon was discontinued and would not reappear until after the 1957 model year. New was an I-beam frame, hydraulic power windows, and seats were optional. The 1949 Oldsmobile 88 sedan, it was and had a 97 miles per hour top speed, and it took a full 13 seconds to accelerate to 60 miles per hour from a standing start. Still, it was arguably America's first muscle car. The 1949 Olds 88 combined a new overhead valve rocket V8 engine with a lighter, more streamlined design to offer a truly exhilarating ride. Compared to the big 98 series cars of the time, the 88's proportions were decidedly more modest. America's first muscle car was just 202 inches long and 75.2 inches wide. The engine design for the Rocket 88 came from GM's chief researcher, Charles Kittering. He saw the potential in the engine design offering increased compression. For the Rocket 88, Oldsmobile came up with a 303 cubic inch V8 capable of a maximum 135 horsepower with 283 pounds of torque. The overhead valve engine concept offered both power and efficiency, with an improvement for fuel economy estimated at 10% better than the prior engine design. So again, it was 135 horsepower with 283 foot-pounds of torque. The Rocket 88 could be purchased with a deluxe trim that added chrome and a clock to the interior. However, a buyer had to come up with even more cash to get a radio. A lot more. Adjusted for inflation, the $100 radio would cost $980. Some at GM wanted to see Kittering honored by having the car named after him. However, top execs would not have any of it, as the company had a strict policy against naming anything after an individual that was still alive, and Kittering was very much still alive at that time. The Rocket name was rumored to be hated by many GM executives at the time. Little did they know how successful the name and the car would become, with the 88 produced by Oldsmobile until 1999. By the mid-50s, other overhead valve entries from Dodge, Pontiac, Plymouth, and Lincoln would kick the Oldsmobile Rocket's ass to the curb in the performance category. However, By then, the rocket had secured its place in history as America's first muscle car. Well, if you found yourself this far into the video, we'd certainly like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch our video. And if you like our video, please give us a thumbs up. It really does help our channel. And if you like our channel, please subscribe, because we'll be doing all the 50s, the 60s, the muscle cars, the sports cars. We'll get into the supercars and the hybrid cars. We'll be doing autoramas, hot rods, all the custom cars, a little bit of everything for everybody. So again, thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We wish you a good day, and always, always, always